hope to be part of the wave. Can't stop, ever wonder if it's all for you. The world I love, the trains I hope to be part of the wave. Can't stop, come and tell me when it's time to.
In all likelihood, this is Michael Jordan's last trip to Boston. And it was across the street in what was the old Boston Garden in 1986 that Jordan left his calling card on the rest of the NBA when he scored 63 points in Game 2 of a first-round series against the Celtics. He'd like nothing better than to get into a first-round series this season. But he has a troubled Wizards team coming into Boston, 2.5 games behind Milwaukee, but with players not happy about their roles, teammates not sure about the direction of this franchise, and everybody looking at the
center. Over to Pierce, who tries to split the D for the driving layup.
How do you start a game up by giving Paul Pierce a layup over Tyronn Lue? Got to be ready from the start, Brent.
Shot clock winds its way, Sean, inside of 10 here, and Lue left open. He could knock that shot down, and he does.
A good-looking shot. He came off that screen. He actually had the wrong foot planted when he wanted to turn and face up, but you had no defense whatsoever out there to challenge a shot.
So the three puts the Wizards up 1. Laettner taking Walker here in the early going. Williams backing Jordan down, posts him up for the easy deuce.
Now you see Williams keeping that ball away from Michael, doing a great job not showing him the basketball. He can't take a swipe at it, and it's extremely difficult trying to block it. Eric Williams is a handful in the block.
The Celtics will try to deny Stackhouse looks as Michael hits his first shot of the afternoon.
When he hits that first little runner like that, and he has his tongue out, and he has that trot going back down the floor, shows he has a ton of confidence early on.
The T outside off iron. Williams rebounding, pump fake, gets inside White.
Nice little up fake. Thought he'd put the ball on the floor and powered up toward the basket. Looked like he was trying to draw that foul there, but it was still effective.
Sean, of course, the big change in number 23's game when you're the age of 40, he cannot explode all the way to the iron like he used to. So he has to pull up and shoot that little runner that you just talked about frequently.
Yeah, and he had to pull out all his tricks. Little head fakes, little ball fakes.
White dueling Bremer at the rebounding end, knocked the ball out of bounds. It'll go to the Celtics.
And of course, like you said, he's got to come with this little floater. Instead of getting all the way to the bucket, you see guys are able to stay with him and cut him off, not let him get 2 or 3 feet away from the bucket where he's able to explode and finish over the top of him.
Stackhouse, not noted for his D, is tracking Pierce right now, and Pierce rubs him off with a screen. And Walker, first of many threes, I'm sure, into Laettner's hands.
That was a nice pass by Paul Pierce, the way he penetrates and sets up his teammates.
Oh, Michael, smooth on that J. That was very graceful when he got over the baseline.
Yeah, he's rolling already. As soon as he catches that ball, he lets it go.
Lue with good hustle, but Bremer goes back after it. Now here comes Walker. Great no-look pass to Williams. Can't put it away. White off with the rebound.
He had that shot off the glass instead of bringing it to the front of the rim.
Williams hounding Michael, backs him down, posts him up, right side, gets inside him, and missed perhaps the easiest of the 3 shots he's had, actually.
Now that's a patented move by Michael. He gives you that little head and shoulder fake, then he turns around and gives you an up fake.
Pierce, so the Celtics miss another 3. They'll keep firing. That's what Coach O'Brien wants him to do. Green light for Pierce and Walker.
See Michael run the floor at 40 years old, can still get up and down the floor. As soon as he catches it, it's up with it. Nice rotation on his jumper. It's a guy who can score right there, Brent. Still 40 years old, putting up numbers like he is.
Laettner misses from the perimeter into Williams' hands. So the Celtics are certainly not bashful about taking that 3-point shot. At any time and from any spot. Pierce will come to the free throw line. And just to illustrate our point, the Celtics, you can see for the season, lead the NBA in both threes taken and threes made. And speaking of threes, I couldn't believe I was watching you and John Saunders the other night. Chris Webber makes the three.
Oh, yeah, he
to
can hit
win
that shot.
Huh? After missing a couple of free throws just before that.
Well, he redeemed himself big time. And what I learned more importantly in that game is with this Celtics team, Paul Pierce, whenever he wants to get to the basket, when he's really demonstrative about it, there's no one that stops him. He either scores or he goes to the foul line.
Yeah, when he gets on a run, he's one of the better streak players in the NBA,
Boy,
if you will.
I tell you, 18 in that fourth quarter, and all 18 were big.
Tightening up on Stackhouse, trying not to give him good looks. Back outside comes Michael, missing again, and into Walker's hands.
Well, if he hits that, you know it's going to be a big afternoon for Michael.
Another good pass by Walker, and Batiste finishes.
And that's what you love your big man to do. He's got to put it down with authority. Don't mess around with the ball around the bucket. If you're 7 feet tall, you have athletic ability. Go up and cram that ball.
Celtics build a three. Stackhouse slides inside, wrap around, tough shot. Rebounds, an offensive rebound for White, and the foul goes into Stackhouse's hands.
Wow, he hits that shot. He's about to get out of my seat and light a match.
Pierce overplaying Michael. Boy, in the old days, Michael would have just blown right by. Still gets pretty close, and he'll be shooting free throws, and Michael said, come on, Paul.
You love that body control, Brent. He still has the handle, the ability to get to the bucket.
So it's the Boston Celtics, Michael and the Wizards, and the Celtics lead it by 1. By in Atlanta, games that they figured to win. And Michael right now is shooting for the tie. And by the month. Now, remember when the season began and we were up in Toronto for the opener, he was coming off Doug Collins' bench. That didn't last very long, did it, Sean? He had to get into the starting lineup.
No, lasted about what, a week and a half?
We've got 7 lead changes here today.
I think actually it was like about a month, but everybody around the league knew that Michael coming off the bench was not going to last too long.
Here's Bremer, who played his way into the Celtics starting lineup. Left-handed jump shot on the outside. Pretty interesting matchup against Lou. Lou played on one of Phil Jackson's championship teams out at Los Angeles against Philadelphia. I thought he turned in some great minutes against Michael Iverson, or I should say Allen Iverson in that series. Signed with Washington. Laettner and Walker. A lot of very unhappy Wildcat fans because they said they had to listen to Pierce chirp away at how the Kansas Jayhawks are going to Monday night and Kentucky's home. Jordan outside, up over McCarty, and Michael kicks it in.
Yeah, Michael shooting the ball over a guy who's nearly 7 feet tall. And at 6'6", you're giving away a ton of height. But Michael just has the ingenuity and the know-how to get that shot off.
Foul on Lou. So here is Michael Jordan, and have you thought about his fourth head coach yet?
No, I haven't.
He replaced Kevin Lockridge. Okay.
You see that jab stuff? You're not giving me time to think about it, Brent.
Stan Albeck. Okay.
Oh, there you go. I know Stan.
And we want to wish him our best because he started the season with Toronto. You and I were up there with him. Pierce knocks it down and took ill. And he's not with the team, we understand, right now. So in case he's watching, Stan, we haven't forgotten. We want to wish you the best. And one of the 4 men who have coached Michael Jordan in his fabulous career, Doug Collins, his coach now. He's done it twice, once in Chicago and once in Washington. And here comes Simmons, who played at DePaul, and that's a 2. He's over the line.
It's a bin.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned that, and just an observation. Washington's defense is what's betraying them. In down low, not to be from Michael, but he goes back and he's got it again.
Here's a mismatch on the perimeter.
Top side, Jordan. Now he's up over Antoine. Got a couple of words with him.
He didn't even say anything. He just looked at him.
If you wonder why he's playing at age 40, all you have to do is watch him compete against the Walkers and the Pierces. 10 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Another all-star, Paul Pierce, with 8 points, 3 of 6 from the field. He has a rebound, and the Celtics lead it by 3. But Antoine Walker's doing the dirty work. 5 rebounds and 6 assists. Jordan and Pierce are getting the points,
And Walker's doing the little things right now. We're at the end of one. 26-23 Celtics.
Building was rumbling when this matchup took place. Antoine's talking. He says he's got him. And right when Michael hits it, he just kind of breathes in his face like, you can't stop me. Little gamesmanship going on. All in good fun, Brent.
4 of 7, and Antoine takes a seat here as we start the second quarter. Jordan stays on the floor. Simmons is out there, tried to post up. Pierce led it into McCarty's hands. McCarty goes down, and there's a tripping foul. Williams rattles out, and there's Jordan sealing off Walker.
You're right, they are in a rhythm. And their defense has picked up as well. They're not getting beat down the floor like they did early in this ball game.
Michael, daylight.
Oh, boy. He just suckers you. You think he's going to come off that little screen that's being set. He goes the opposite way, and he makes you look bad. He's showing you some quickness, Brent, for 40 years old.
Walker still looking for that first field goal.
Oh, here's that play by MJ. Watch when he catches this ball. He starts to go out like he's going to run off this screen and goes the other way on you. And Antoine Walker was cheating, trying to get over that screen.
Pierce kicks in the 3 ball.
Right when we talk about their defense being solid, you allow Paul Pierce to come off the screen and get a wide open 3 from the corner, no less.
Staying alive with the 3 ball here. 5 of 16. It's a +4. Michael missing. Kwame knocked the ball out of bounds. Well, the Wizards have struggled against the 3 ball over the last dozen games. You can see the opponents have hit 86. Walker really struggling, isn't he, Sean?
Yeah, right now he just can't get anything to fall. His shots look like they're flat and they're hard. They're hitting the back of the rim.
0 for 8.
But he's still doing all the little things.
Stackhouse.
Oh boy, that's the second time Stack has come off this quarter off of a screen, and immediately he's up with the basketball. It doesn't even touch the rim, Brent. He's feeling good about his jumper right now.
Low to Pierce. Stackhouse complaining that he was pushed.
Well, that's a set play for them. They put Pierce down low on the block. They put the other 4 guys on the perimeter, and Paul Pierce just steps into you. He uses his size and his strength against you.
Kwame bumps. Can't get through Williams. Back to Jordan. The 3 ball for Michael.
He bails him out that time. But Kwame Brown needs to take advantage of that mismatch. He has 6 or 7 inches on Eric Williams down low.
Pierce carrying the load for the Celts. He has 15 of their last 19 points, and he's going again.
See, Paul Pierce shot that ball. I like his creativity, but he had Eric Williams cutting to the bucket. He was wide open.
It'll be Stackhouse's turn.
How about that? The Boston fans are yelling at Michael to take Antoine off the dribble. They want him to take their player to the rack.
Another 3 ball by Pierce, continuing to carry the scoring load here. 26 points for Pierce.
And that's the luxury in having 2 superstars. You have one guy that's not hitting, even though he's doing the other things, rebounding, passing the ball. You have another guy who's capable of carrying the load.
On the line again. So there you can see the numbers now. 18 of Boston's last 22.
And a couple of them he hasn't had to work hard at all for him. Wide open 3s. When you have a guy like that who's such a prolific scorer, you got to make him work for every single attempt.
Laettner breaking away and couldn't put it away on the layup.
He did a nice job slipping that screen. The rim was his enemy.
Sellout crowd in Boston today as Williams finishes for the Celtics, watching what is probably Michael Jordan's last NBA game in a city where he has averaged better than 34 points a game. Michael and the Wizards are 4 up on the Boston Celtics right now, 61-57.
Old Navy, the denim capital of the world.
Wizards lead the Celtics 61-57, and who says the sporting life has to end when you reach the age of 40? You know, Michael Jordan's not alone, folks. Look back. Satchel Paige, an all-star at the age of 45 and 46. He played until he was 52 years old. And like Michael, never look back. Somebody might be gaining up.
Yeah, well, he's setting all kinds of records this year for somebody who's 40 years old. All the points he's putting up. I don't see anybody in the near future, or even long-term future, is going to be 40 years old that's going to put up these kind of numbers.
Michael misfiring that time. Loose ball. Stackhouse has got it. Give it back to Michael. Fake on the three.
And I have to laugh. He did that to me in the All-Star game, so I feel your pain, Eric Williams.
Oh, mercy. Good pass to Dunk.
I don't care if Antoine Walker scores a point tonight, if he continues to make passes like that. I don't care, Brent, because he's making everybody else better.
That's a 7-0 Celtic run right now. 11 assists for Antoine Walker, closing in on his career high of 14.
Yeah, Michael with those gloves, you want to call them for hands, and you see how he's able to hold that ball up. And he's done that to a lot of people, though.
Meadowlark Lemon used to do that every night.
One of my favorite clips of Michael's when he does that against the Atlanta Hawks, makes somebody stumble, and he goes down the lane and dunks on like 2 guys.
Kwame doesn't finish. And Dunk makes them pay with the 3 ball, and the Celtics lead it again, 62-61.
And Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker, these guys are setting their teammates up because the defense focuses on these 2 guys. That time, Paul Pierce with an excellent cross-court pass to Tony Delk.
Stackhouse answers, and the Wizards have to be careful here.
And now you got the crowd involved. See, you have the crowd on your side. You don't want to bail the Wizards out by taking a jumper. You want to continue to force the pressure, force the issue, take that ball to the bucket.
Jordan misses a wide open perimeter shot, and Tony Petit with a nasty elbow clearing, making sure Laettner was getting out of the way.
You got to be careful with those. With some of the quick whistles today, you're going to find yourself with a tee.
Walker maneuvering, still searching into Jordan's hands. Wide open. Stackhouse improves his position, and the Wizards lead.
That is a rarity. When do you see a guy that's wide open in this league behind the 3-point line and takes a dribble in, especially when you have 3-point range?
Kwame with good defense. Stackhouse down on Pierce. Gets doubled and loses it from behind, and over it goes.
Wow. Amazing quickness by Tony Delk that time.
Pierce on the drive. Doesn't get the call, ball out of bounds. Celts ball. Well, you can catch live NBA action on NBA TV. The Mavericks are trying to secure a home court advantage throughout the playoffs. And Tuesday at 10:30, they visit the 3-time champion Lakers. The Mavericks and the Lakers. Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. only on NBA TV. Mavericks and the Lakers. Who knows? Maybe they'll square off in the first round of the playoffs. Could happen, folks. More minutes than anybody on the Wizards here today. Wizards up a point, 63-62. And Laettner fouls Petit, and Petit comes to the line to see if he can do something about that 1-point deficit.
See, Brent, here, this is one thing that needs to be changed here. You have Antoine Walker, who absolutely spoon feeds Tony Battie. And if he knocks down any of these shots, how come you don't get an assist for it?
Good point.
I mean, it should be like hockey or something. You should get like half an assist if the guy makes one.
Deadlock.
I mean, you know, after all, Antoine Walker did make the pass that gets Tony Battie to the free throw line. But you get nothing for this.
It's a good thing that Jordan and Walker aren't paying for their conversation by the minute. They have been talking non-stop here.
I don't think he's saying anything to incite Michael.
So on Battie's free throws now, we've changed leads a dozen times here.
Well, you remember our game in New York where Michael got into a little talking conversation. Here he is moving without the basketball, a little fake like he's going out to get that screen, comes back door on you, still moving around, showing you those young legs at 40 years old.
Flash bulbs exploding.
You see all those flashes. I don't think it's a distraction for Michael. After all those years playing in big-time situations, this guy's had more pressure on him than any athlete I've ever seen.
He is the ultimate Kodak moment, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
How many times have you been on the cover of Sports Illustrated? I think it's over 50. Here's Williams. You know, the championship game in the NCAA is down in New Orleans. That was the first time I was really around Michael a lot back in '82. He won that great championship game against Patrick Ewing at Georgetown with that little jump shot from the corner. And see, Matt Doherty, the former coach, was on that team.
Yes.
That was James Worthy. Played a great championship game. And now Monday night you get Roy Williams, who was one of the assistant coaches for Dean Smith. Sean, who do you like Monday night? Syracuse, Jimmy Boeheim, the coach, Roy Williams, Kansas. Who you take?
Yeah, I want to say Kansas because they knocked out my team. But after watching Carmelo Anthony play, wow.
You know, Anthony reminds me of Danny Manning. Back, I believe it was in '88, playing for Larry Brown. He led them to a championship. He might be that good.
Yeah, but Danny Manning wasn't coming, you know, reverse baseline two-handed dunks.
That's true.
Like they were nothing.
He put on a great show yesterday in eliminating Texas. He'll be a top draft pick. He's coming out, everybody says, after his freshman year at Syracuse. We heard he was a top 3 choice.
Yeah, I would pick him top 3 easily. That being said, and I love Danny Manning too, but Carmelo Anthony, all the young players are so much better these days. So I should say more talented. You see Antoine Walker finally gets his first bucket of the game off a trick shot.
Into Williams' hands. The Celts building a 3, looking for a 5. Rattles out into Jordan's hands. Michael, I think, just told Lou to go to the baseline. Yep. And now on the exchange, he comes around Simmons, and they can't quite get it to him fast enough. Good pass by Laettner inside. Simmons on the free throw line. Well, in the second half of our NBA doubleheader, Chris Webber will lead Sacramento against Allen Iverson and Philly. Both teams fighting for a conference title and home court advantage in the playoffs. Kings, Sixers, next on ABC Sports, home of the NBA Finals. Well, David Aldridge, where you been, my friend? Getting a cup of coffee? We've missed you here.
You know, guys, you talk about Larry Brown's situation, and a lot of people are asking whether Larry Brown is going to wind up with the Carolina job if Roy Williams says no. But one thing people need to keep in mind, the Olympic head coach, by mandate of USA Basketball, has to be an NBA head coach at the time he has the job. So if Larry Brown wants to take the Carolina job, that means he would have to give up the Olympic job as well, and I think that's something that Larry would be very reluctant to do. It's something that's meant a lot to him over the years. He really has wanted this for 20 years to be the Olympic head coach. I'd be very surprised if he gave it up for any job at this point of his career.
David, don't you think there's a chance that Roy Williams might say yes this time?
absolutely. I mean, I would imagine that it would be very difficult for him to say no again. Especially if Kansas wins tomorrow night, Brent.
Well, Pierce must have heard that as he knocks that shot down. The old Jayhawk makes it a 71-67 game here. Celtics now with the lead, coming down to the last minute of the third quarter. Then we'll move to the money quarter.
They're all money quarters, Brent.
Some are bigger money than others, says Kwame Brown, with a solid baseline move left that time, and pulls the Wizards back to within 2.
See, Kwame shows you he has a turnaround jumper.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you see flashes of his talent.
Walker rattles out. Just won't stay down for him today.
He needs to try, a more difficult shot. Try throwing it off the glass with one hand.
Pierce will yo-yo and bring it on down now to the closing seconds.
Yeah, you don't want to meet him too far outside the three-point line. He's going to blow past you.
And foul to give. Washington had a foul to give, and that was as good a time as any by Simmons to do it. Out of bounds sideline.
Oh, it's a great time to use that foul.
Dixon checks in for the Wizards.
Well, Paul Pierce, he ran that clock down to about 6 or 7 seconds. That's the appropriate time to make your move. And the Wizards wisely using that foul. Now you have to run an inbounds play and hope that you get it organized.
Delk on the dribble. Gets inside with the floater. Not to be at the buzzer.
After 3 quarters, the Boston Celtics 71.
So Paul Pierce carrying the Celts offensively. 29 points here. 9 of 10 at that free throw line. Jerry Stackhouse leading Washington with 18. 6 of 12 from the field. This presentation of the NBA on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations. In Boston, Jordan and the Wizards must have a win, you would think, to keep their dwindling playoff hopes alive, and there's only a slim chance that they're going to make it. And they start this final quarter down to 71-69. Jordan getting his final break of the game. Simmons on the floor along with Brown, Stackhouse, Dixon taking the 3 ball and making it.
Juan Dixon has played excellent basketball for this team. For being a rookie and not getting a lot of playing time early on, he certainly has come on in the second half of the year.
Bremer, Walker, Blount, Pierce, and McCarty. Here's Antoine, 1 of 11. Kick over now to Bremer on the left-hand 3. Rebound Laettner.
Good shot, though. Everybody touches the ball that possession.
Laettner tried to feed Kwame.
You got to throw it up high. You can't just throw a chest-high pass to Blount. It's too long.
McCarty nails the 3. We've had 16 lead changes in this game.
That's his shot, Brent. Get 2 of those in the first half from the corner. Going to give him that wide open look from 22 feet. He's going to knock it down all day.
Simmons.
Simmons is showing some shooting prowess.
Now, he's made 4 field goals in this game.
That was an excellent jumper. Picture perfect rotation on it. He stepped up like he shot it with a ton of confidence.
Pierce's 3.
And that's
32 now for Paul.
That's supreme confidence. Now he's checking if defenders are coming out, and he's just raising up for 3s.
Against the Celts. 23 returns from the stretch, and
Again, you see
I didn't think they were going to take Simmons out, and they weren't. He dashed over there, but I was surprised, and now it'll be Kwame Brown who will leave.
Yeah, you can't take Simmons out. He just hit a bucket for you.
Now here is the race for that final spot. The Wizards trail Milwaukee by 1 in the loss column. 2 games in hand. They're 2.5 out. But again, to go back on a graphic we showed you in the first half, Milwaukee, 3 of their 4 remaining games at home.
You go down 3 to Milwaukee. They're already up 4 on you in the win column.
Shot clock expires. So another look at the remaining games. The Wizards have been struggling as of late. Not an overpowering group of opponents on the left, but look at Milwaukee, home with the Clippers, Indiana, and Orlando. And their only road game is into Toronto. So you make Milwaukee an overwhelming favorite to wind up with that final playoff spot in the East because of the schedule.
Yeah, but you never know still in this wacky East with the losing streaks that every single team has gone through. At one point or another, all these teams have gone through horrible losing periods.
And McCarty knocks down another 3. That's 2 threes in this quarter alone, 4 for the game, and a timeout is called. Boston suddenly leads it by 6 as Walter McCarty nails 2 3-balls and becomes the shooter of the moment.
Didn't I tell you he could knock it down, Brent? He steps into that one with a ton of confidence, and when he shot that ball, he started backpedaling because he knew it was good.
So McCarty and the Celtics lead at 80-74. We got a timeout in Boston. Michael Jordan, it's been a 3-fest here for the Celtics in the 4th quarter. All 9 of their points have come via the 3-ball. Paul Pierce with 1 and Walter McCarty with a pair. And you can see that when they hit the 3, Sean, they're a much more dangerous team to deal with.
Yeah, because usually that means they're moving the basketball and everybody's getting good looks at the bucket. It's when they struggle when they get caught playing one-on-one basketball, the ball doesn't move, and you have those stagnant shots.
The crowd picking up the tempo here in the FleetCenter. Feeling that the Celtics can end the Jordan era with a decisive win, and they're up right now 80-74 with 9 minutes to go. Lou replaces Dixon. Pierce knocks it away and out of bounds.
You know, if the Celtics can continue to play this type of defense, Brent, really carry it over. And the other night, they were dead on the defensive end against the Sacramento Kings. They got some offensive points, and then they picked it up. They just continue to play defense for 48 minutes instead of relying solely on their offense. You have a team that can go deep into the playoffs.
Boston basketball. Antoine Walker only 1 of 11 from the floor, but he's had 13 assists, 1 off his career high. Another 3, but not this time.
No, that one was contested. Instead of giving him a wide open look.
Stackhouse back to MJ. Off iron and into Pierce's hands. Jordan with 17 points in this game. Antoine turns and foul called as he spun around and forced his way through. Go down to Washington.
They're saying he used that off arm to create an advantage for himself. That's an offensive foul whenever you use that off arm to hook. See those 13 assists. I thought he was going to have a triple-double, but unless he gets a bunch of rebounds and scores some buckets, not going to happen.
Again, but Laettner with a strong offensive rebound and putback.
How many times do you have to talk about putting a body on somebody? Simple boxing out.
So Laettner covering Jordan's back that time. And the Celtics lead is 4. But again, they've hit 3 3-balls. McCarty to screen on Stackhouse. Laettner switches on Bremer. Bad miss, and now the Wizards can inch closer.
Yeah, those are the threes they struggle on. When they all try to take it themselves and knock down the three ball instead of receiving passes.
Stackhouse goes past Bremer, tap back. No, there's Laettner again coming up, knocked away. Now Walker on the move. But McCarty with his long reach pulls it down, stolen by Simmons, headman Stackhouse. Williams still back.
The fans not happy with that one. Antoine Walker got caught up in the air and he didn't know what he wanted to do with the basketball. It just ended up throwing it near the rim so he could go back and try to get it.
8 on the shot for MJ. Walker the defender. Michael going. Kick now to Simmons, the open man, knocks it down again. So Michael Jordan. He's got fans of every description carrying jerseys, masks, you name it. They want the Celtics to win, but they want number 23 to do well. And Simmons has been a great role player here, Sean.
Well, the recipient of a beautiful pass by Michael Jordan. He's not going to miss that one.
Timeout.
The NBA on ABC, brought to you by Miller Lite. Life is best told at a place called Miller Time. And the Reebok Classic CLO.
Well, through the years in Chicago and Washington, one of the great joys in watching Michael Jordan compete is how much he enjoys being in the limelight, how much he enjoys being out on the floor, and it carries over to the fans. One of the great smiles in sports history, and always willing to take on an opponent verbally out on the floor. What a classic move that was.
One thing's apparent, Brent, is that he's still having fun playing this game.
Absolutely.
You know, his only problem is that he's set such a high standard for himself that he has to live up to it. People are trying to say, hey, he needs to retire. He's still averaging 20 points a game.
Well, those of us who have admired him through the years, and there are millions out there, we would have dearly loved to see him go to the playoffs one more time, but they've really got their hands full now. It's going to be uphill all the way, and McCarty draws the foul.
Walter did a nice job of setting a screen and cutting toward the bucket. Best way to get open in this league, besides moving without the ball, is to set a screen for somebody else. Free somebody else up, and you'll also free yourself.
Yeah, I'm reminded that SportsCenter conversation coming up with more of Michael Jordan and Antoine Walker tonight.
Which is, you know, it's all in good fun, because the last game we had with Michael in New York, he started jarring with somebody, and he got a little upset.
Yeah, this is a couple of all-stars, and of course, Michael not wanting Antoine Walker to find his touch. Antoine only 1 for 12, so whatever Michael is saying is certainly working, Sean.
Well, you know, Antoine knows not to bait him. Shannon Anderson baited him in New York. Michael ripped off like 18 straight points.
Celtics are up by 4, down toward the 6-minute mark. The double, cross court to Simmons, who's had a hot hand. Michael finding him, going to the left hand, and Simmons showing some game here today.
Yeah, that was a classy move. Feels the defense, feels the pressure, spins the opposite way. Nice lefty hook off the glass.
That's 14, Celtics ball. That's 14 for Bobby Simmons. He's 6 of 9 from the field. Hit a couple of free throws.
Well, he's knocked down every open shot that he's had tonight. And then he makes it happen for himself on the block that last possession.
Kick to McCarty for the 3. His third three-point hoop of the 4th quarter. A 5-point Celtic lead.
You have to love Walter. For a guy that size.
Stackhouse back with a graceful J. Another one of the many Tar Heels found life after Chapel Hill in the NBA. Pierce backing. And Michael was in the passing lane, leading McCarty, drawing the double team, and waiting now for half court.
Oh, Paul Pierce was trying to go back to the well. He knows that Walter McCarty has a high hand.
Stackhouse again, and Laettner with a strong offensive rebound. Michael wants it.
Now Walter's going to try his hand at him.
And Antoine Walker will try to seal up Simmons because Jordan's looking for Simmons, and they know it. Missed this time, and Michael's got the offensive rebound, and it's taken away.
Yeah, good looking penetration, good looking shot by Simmons. That's a tough three. Sometimes you have to feel the flow of the game, and I know you have it going, but you can get that shot anytime you want.
Wizards trail it by 3. Lou kicks into Stackhouse. Tough turnaround, and Walker rebounds. The Wizards had their chances the last 2 trips, and Walker misses the driving layup, and now I believe that's 1 for 13.
The fans are unhappy.
Michael does not miss.
They're still winning the ball game, and they're booing.
19 points, and the Wizards pull to within 1. And Michael is loving every moment of it here in Boston.
Yeah, he's having a good time. His team's fighting for their lives.
Antoine's going to get an earful.
Yeah,
he's playing. Here's Pierce. Stackhouse switches. Pierce on a spin. Got Laettner in the air and drew the foul.
Almost hits that shot.
Had 4 fouls on Laettner.
Here's Michael coming down. You got to pick him up early on. Little jab step like he's going to the bucket. He freezes the defender. Walter McCarty tries to recover, but just in time for a jumper. I don't know how Paul Pierce managed to get that shot off. He was playing with it for so long. Spinning, crossing over. It's like 1-on-3 out there.
So the Wizards come back down now, trailing it by 3 here at the 3:08 mark. Draws the foul. It's on McCarty. That's number 3. And Michael said, when are you going to go off, Antoine? How long is this drought going to last? You know what, folks? He's also the best trash talker I've ever been around. Timeout. Phenomenal numbers as you look back at his career in this city. 2 games plus 50 points. He's averaged better than 34 points a game over 47 of the playoffs, and there was that one afternoon across the street in the old Boston Garden, the stuff that legends were made of, when number 23 of the Chicago Bulls, back in April of '86, lit up Larry Bird and the Celtics for 63 points.
And that's when it all started, because after that game, everybody really woke up to the fact that Michael Jordan was going to be big time. It's going to be huge. The game before that, he had 49.
39 minutes here today, and Williams and Simmons are pushing away, and it's against Walker. 3rd team foul here. Lou takes the inbounds pass with the Wizards down 3 inside of 3 minutes. Michael didn't finish. The crowd wanted that one to go in. They want the Celtics to win, but they wanted him to score on that.
I tell you what, he's 40 years old, Brent, and if I tried that move today, I'd be laid up for about a week.
There's the steal now by Michael. Pass over to Simmons to finish on that side, who draws the foul, and Simmons to the free throw line, and Michael stops for another chat with Antoine.
It's jarring all night long. And one thing that's impressed me about Michael is his defense this year, but you see that, 2 or 3 years ago, he puts that down with a nice reverse. But he shows you his ability to beat defenders off the dribble still.
And a few years ago, Dennis Rodman would have cleaned up the miss. So
Yeah.
Bobby Simmons with a miss at the free throw line. He can still make this a 2-point game, which he does.
It's a shame that you set your standards so high that even when you're averaging 20 points a game, which would be a career year for 99% of the players that have ever gone through this league, you know, that after averaging 20 a game this year, people think that you should retire.
Pierce on the drive through. And Paul Pierce has led the Celtics with 36 points here today.
But there's no stopping him, especially when he gets that outside jumper flowing. When he decides to take the ball to the basket, it's been a long time since I've seen anything like Paul Pierce, where he's going to go through 2 or 3 people to score.
Jordan on a big moment keeps him within 2.
A nice fadeaway. See that elevation at 40 years old? And this guy's elevating 2 or 3 feet off the ground.
Now we're inside of 2 minutes. Pierce wants to go on Stackhouse. Misses, and the Wizards can tie it.
That's Pierce's shot, too. He likes that little step back jumper along the baseline.
McCarty picks up 23 coming to the baseline. Laettner out high. Michael's got McCarty on him. Takes him with that quick step, ties it. Michael Jordan knocks the score at 89 with 1:17 to go here.
Brent, that move was compact and precise. One dribble on the floor, straight up with it.
To Williams for the lead, and Jordan fouls him. Watch the last 2 possessions here.
Well, this time he sets a screen, then pops off immediately into a free throw line turnaround jumper. Now watch this, a little head and shoulder fake, freezes you straight up with the jumper. That was a strong looking jump shot.
Williams puts the Celtics ahead with the free throw. I believe that Doug Collins just told the team that if he makes this one, call the timeout. Which he does, and it's timeout Wizards. The Celtics lead it by 2, 107 when we come back. But you're still one of the best, and you know it, you can feel it, you can start back because you've still got it. Oh yeah. Let's play. 23 points for MJ in his last appearance probably here in Boston. He's gone 41 minutes here today. Our Toyota game track. The Wizards shooting only 38% in that opening quarter have picked it up. Boston with 26 in the paint, but it's not been Antoine Walker. He's only 1 of 13. Now down 2 with the basketball. Wizards bring it to the attack. Nine on the shot. Pierce against Jordan. All-star against all-star. Here we go. Pump fake in the air. Michael tied.
Paul Pierce did everything in the book to stop Michael from scoring. And when he hit that turnaround, Michael just laughed, and Paul Pierce could do nothing but look at Michael and laugh. Both cracking smiles.
Now Pierce wants to continue the shootout, and you just know that Antoine Walker, when he's only 1 of 13, he wants the big shot to fall, because that will erase the 1 for 13. We've got 33 in the game now, 14 on the shot.
Well, they better make a shot because Michael's
Pierce got daylight. And it's the Wizards ball, and you know who they're going to find at least once, number 23, and it's a timeout again. Michael, I don't think, wanted the timeout. Doug was up, and I think Michael was trying to rub him off. He wanted to come down to the attack that time.
Well, because you give the defense a chance to set up now, and they're going to be focused on Michael. And here's MJ fighting for the basketball. Pierce forces him out on the perimeter. Does an excellent job. Watch him moving his feet. Not reaching too much. Does a great job keeping his feet. But you just can't contain Michael Jordan. He's off balance here, Brent. keeps his pivot foot, nice spin move, drops that fadeaway. You tell me if he's having a good time.
25 points, 42 minutes. Why quit, Michael? Keep playing. I'm out. Here we are now, fouls to give, neither team with a foul to give in this situation. Deadlocked at 91. And what do you think the Celtics will do? You said going into that break they had time to set the timeout, the defense.
Well, you can bet that everybody's going to be focused on Michael Jordan. This is Paul Pierce guarding him. And Paul, if he's not the best defender, he's one of the best defenders on the perimeter for the Celtics. But that just shows you there with Michael, you can't even hope to contain him. Got to make sure you get the ball out of his hands. If I'm the Celtics, I make somebody else on the floor beat me besides Michael Jordan or Jerry Stackhouse.
Now, did Doug Collins tell him to take the shot clock down? There's 22 on the game, 19 on the shot. How much does he want to give the Celtics if it comes up with a miss? How far down will they take this shot?
I tell you what, I would take it down as far as possible. If you shoot the ball, you give him 3 or 4 seconds to push the ball off the floor, makes it a much more difficult attempt at a game winner.
That's just what Lou is doing. Bringing seconds down off the shot clock, getting it down inside of 10, and now here they come. Michael has Pierce on him. Michael trying to maneuver, trying to get free. Now there's 4. Now it's going to be Lou. Lou's got to take the shot. Tap back by Michael. No. Timeout. 2.6 seconds to go.
He didn't like that, and you can see why. I mean, the Celtics did a tremendous job of keeping that ball away from Michael. Paul Pierce just face guarded him. He didn't care where the basketball was. His job was to contain Michael, keep him from getting the basketball. See, in this situation, you can break all the defensive rules. You don't have to keep your eye on the ball and man. Just keep your eye on the man and don't let him catch it. That's exactly what Paul Pierce does here. And they get the ball back with an opportunity to score. Tyronn Lue unable to get the ball to Michael Jordan, has to force one up. Celtics got to love that defensive possession.
That's why Michael Jordan did not want that timeout. And we've got another one. Clock now for the Boston Celtics, who have the ball tied at 91. Now remember, this is just the opening game of our doubleheader. We've got a dandy coming your way in the second one. Sacramento, perhaps the best team in the NBA. Well, Chris Webber will lead them against Allen Iverson in Philadelphia. And both these teams now are fighting for home court advantages in the playoffs. Kings Sixers next on ABC Sports, home of the NBA Finals. So now 3 seconds for the Celtics. They've got Pierce. They've got Walker. Stackhouse has Pierce. Pierce with 36 points here today. 10 of 21. Antoine struggling. 1 of 13.
Well, you got 3 seconds. You have plenty of time to get a shot off. You can even put the ball on the floor a couple times and dribble penetrate.
So here we go. Starts when it's touched. Bounce pass. Jordan doubles up on Pierce. Pierce stays with it. Jordan knocks it away. We go to overtime. We go to overtime as Michael Jordan, number 23, jumps out on Pierce, knowing no way is he going to get the foul in that situation, ladies and gentlemen. This is like the National Hockey League in overtime. You're not giving them the penalty shot. They'll play overtime.
Well, these guys have to know, Brent, that 3 seconds, you have plenty of time here. Paul Pierce catches the ball. He gets double teamed immediately. You got to give that ball up because even if it gets stolen, they don't have enough time to go down the floor and score the bucket. Walter McCarty was wide open here for 3.
Michael Jordan with a brilliant defensive job on Paul Pierce. Overtime is next. Boston enjoying an overtime game. The Celtics right now would hold the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Wizards are on the outside looking in, trailing Milwaukee by 1 in the loss column. Running out of time. 2 games in hand. Desperately needing a win. Lost a tough one to Atlanta and another one to Denver down the stretch. As we take a look at this play, Sean.
Well, what I was saying is Walter McCarty's wide open. You have 3 seconds. You have time to put that ball on the floor. Look at Walter. He's wide open. He's only 5 of 10 from 3-point range. Why not give him the basketball? You have plenty of time to make that pass. If that pass gets stolen, you have to remember there'll only be a 2 or 1 seconds left on the clock. I mean, it's not a lot of time. You have enough time to make that pass, but not enough time for them to score if they get the steal.
The T and Laettner. Bennett Salvatore throws it up, and Lou will bring it to the attack now for the Wizards with Stackhouse, Laettner, Simmons. In the OT, he's played very well today. He has scored 15 points off Doug Collins' bench. Laettner will take the first shot of OT, and he's short. So the FleetCenter in Boston is the scene of this overtime game, the first of our doubleheader. Sacramento and Philadelphia are coming up next. McCarty off the front of the iron, gets back the long rebound, and here's Pierce. Hump on Stackhouse, sends it to McCarty, puts it down on Jordan, and Walter McCarty now off the Boston bench with 23 points, as Antoine Walker has struggled. Only 2 points here today, 1 of 13 from the floor for Antoine.
And Walter shows he doesn't have to just go outside and shoot threes. He can put the ball on the floor and give you a little jump hook as well.
Stackhouse with a 2. Deadlocked again at 93.
I like the one-on-one effort. I just hate the long 2, Brent. It's just a bad percentage shot. You take an inch or 2 back and you get an extra point.
Here's Pierce, steps out for the 3 ball. Michael Jordan snaps down the rebound, and now the Wizards looking for a lead. A dozen rebounds for Michael here today.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't finish with 30. This extra period is going to give him a chance to put up some more points.
Lou puts the Wizards ahead here in OT, 95-93. 3 minutes on the game.
Or Pat his assist stats, either one.
Pierce puts it down, jump pass on the inside, and Antoine Walker with his second field goal of the game.
Antoine finally gets an easy one. His only other layup he had, he missed it. Finally gets one within his range today.
But we've got a timeout. The Wizards and the Celtics deadlocked at 95. Milwaukee, since the All-Star game, 13-17. The Wizards 10-16. New York 13-16, and the Knicks suffered a loss at the hands of the Clippers. Washington beaten recently by Atlanta. Milwaukee last night in overtime, losing to Chicago. So the remaining schedule gives big edge to Milwaukee because 3 of the remaining 4 games are in Milwaukee. Washington closes out at home against the Knicks and on the road against the 76ers. So here we are, deadlocked at 95. Michael Jordan, 25 points. Simmons hits Michael Jordan into Antoine Walker's hands, and now it's the Celts' turn.
And Michael made that shot more difficult than what it had to be. He had a wide open look. Ended up shooting a fadeaway from like 6-8 feet away.
Michael's been on the floor for 45 minutes here today. Walker wants it over the top. Stackhouse, he's got a size advantage. Antoine going again at the shot clock.
And Antoine Walker coming up big in crunch time. I love that little jump hook off the glass. He used all his strength to really secure that basketball. He's fighting for position.
Stackhouse ties it again. Deadlocked at 97 inside of 2 minutes.
Oh, your big guns have shown up today. Jerry Stackhouse coming through again. His jumper's been on. He's been penetrating. He's done all the little things.
Pierce gets it back from Antoine. Posting on Stackhouse. Jump pass to McCarty. And into Michael's hands. Now it's the Wizards' turn.
A great pass by Paul Pierce. He understands when he's in the middle of the key, the entire defense is focused on him.
Stackhouse for the lead. Into Walker's hands. Celts' turn.
See, it's very simple, Brent. They miss the tough shots. They make the easy, wide open ones.
On the run, drew the foul. And Antoine Walker on the free throw line. Minute left here in our first overtime.
Now you see Twan, it's extremely difficult to move him. He just keeps his ground because he's so much physically stronger than Jerry Stackhouse. Stackhouse giving away 20 or 30 pounds there easily.
Antoine now is 0 for 3 from the free throw line, and he's disgusted with himself. That's overall, but here in OT, he's hit a couple of big ones. He had only one hoop in regulation.
You see those
Celtics
rebounds?
lead it.
You see those rebounds and assists. If he could just happen to drop a couple in the bucket, he gets a triple-double.
So Doug Collins brings the Wizards over to talk about it. 98-97. One of the things about these timeouts, when you're Michael's age and you played this many minutes, it gives him a little bit of a blow before they set their offense. Overtime at the FleetCenter in Boston, with the Celtics leading 98-97. Both teams with timeouts, and the Celtics with a foul to give here in overtime. Michael Jordan here today with 25 points in what well could be his final appearance in Boston. He's played 46 minutes and he's pulled down 13 rebounds inside of a minute now. Wizards looking for the lead. It'll be Laettner, gives it to him.
Nice play. You know, Stackhouse running off the screen, set by Christian Laettner. Laettner just pops to the corner. His man must step up to help, keeping Stackhouse from getting an easy one. That frees up Christian Laettner.
Had Laettner seen it, he would have had an intercept. Pierce puts it down, gets past the D, tries to pick it up. Lou's got it to the floor, and timeout is called. Timeout in time. No jump ball situation as the Wizards get the timeout called here with the lead and 33 seconds left.
Did you see how he called timeout? I mean, that was desperation. He was spinning all over the floor trying to call a timeout, and he was trying to hold on to the basketball at the same time.
This is one of those hustle plays.
He's getting all over the floor, going after that ball. And all Michael has to do is look at this film and know that his young guys are trying to win basketball games right alongside himself. Here's Michael.
He's got the timeout sign up almost as fast as Lou. And so the quick huddle over there. And now again, the Wizards want to bring that shot clock down, want to milk it, and the Celtics with that foul to give in this situation, so they will certainly be doing that to try and throw off their rhythm.
Well, they have that foul to give, but all the Wizards have to do is run the clock down here, get a good-looking shot. You also have a chance to get your offensive rebound back, but if you score the bucket, you're only giving them 10 or so seconds to come down and get a good look at it.
And of course, coming up next, we'll take you right to the Kings and the 76ers in Philly. Brad is there with Tom and Bill. Laettner missing this time, and Pierce has got it, and the Celtics with plenty of time now.
I'm surprised they took a shot so early in the clock.
Antoine's three, no, up high. Celtics ball with 8 and a timeout called Boston. And Doug Collins claiming that the ball went up the top, asking for some clarification here.
It didn't look like it hit the top. To me, it looked like it came down, and from my angle, it looked like it went off two of the Celtics players.
That's what Stackhouse is claiming. So as we wait to resume the final few seconds in this one, let's send you to Philadelphia and Brad Nessler. Brad.
Early going with Philadelphia in front. Allen Iverson was a question mark with a bad left knee, but not only is he playing, he's got 4 points in the early going. And Philadelphia at home against one of the very best teams in the business, Sacramento, on a road trip. 55 wins already.
And while the fans are getting a treat of watching some bonus coverage of Michael Jordan, they have missed some of the most exciting and dynamic basketball that we've witnessed in the history of the NBA in this first couple of minutes here.
He's kidding.
Don't you think they ought to call Vlade Divac the Trout? I mean, he flops. Come on, that was all
I don't want to hear that about Vlade Divac.
Oh,
Vlade Divac is
what?
the key to Sacramento's championship successes.
Well, I didn't say he wasn't. I'm just saying he flops.
So why are you calling him a fish?
He's a flopper.
That's how it's going here, Brent. We'll send it back to you and Michael.
All right, Brad, and as we checked that replay while you were gone, the Wizards had a very legitimate beef. Not about where the basketball went, but it goes off Batiste' foot, not Stackhouse's knee. This is off Batiste's foot right here, and this should be out of bounds Wizards, but instead Celtics get a break. They'll see if they can cash it in. Down a point, 8.8, deep now to Batiste, hands to Walker. Over here to Pierce, Stackhouse the defender. Here comes Paul maneuvering, back outside. Williams for the game. Not to be, tap out of bounds at the buzzer. The Wizards stay alive. Michael and the Wizards come up a winner. 99-98. So a very disappointed Antoine Walker walks off, and we check in now with David Aldridge and Michael.
Michael, it's another great day in Boston. You guys continue to fight, even though you gave up a lot of threes early. You continue to fight.
We did. I mean, guys diving on the floor for loose balls. I mean, we want to win this game. We want to win every game, but we got beat by a last second shot in Atlanta. We put ourselves in a great position tonight, and we just kept fighting. You know, they hit big shots. We came back and hit big shots. It's a big win for us. With Milwaukee losing last night, I mean, this keeps us in the ball game.
The degree of difficulty of those shots in the fourth quarter?
Just the same old stuff, you know. There's something about this green, you know, that I enjoy playing in this area, and it's been fun so far. It was a great win for us.
What were you and Antoine talking about during the game?
You know, I kept telling him he was 0 for 5, 0 for 8, you know, but he had 12 assists, you know, and that's what's going to help him become a better basketball player. When you don't have it offensively, you got to be able to do other things. So I was more or less, you know, helping him, because I know he was fighting himself. He didn't want us to beat him again. You know, and during these times, you just got to stay with the basic and try to help your teammates get involved, and he did that until he got his opportunities.
Michael, thank you very much. Congratulations. Back to you, Brent.
All right, Michael the helper. Antoine, you're 1 of 13, but nice pass about 5 minutes ago. That'll do it. Michael and the Wizards stay alive. 99-98. We'll go to the First Union Center for the Kings and the Sixers after this from our ABC station. So long, everybody.